Apo mama dile misango pangata mane. Nerelo ne. Apo mama dile misango pangata ye. Nerelo ne. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere bane. Nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kolope. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere bane. Nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kolope. Imisui mwasunda, nemochia kadike. Imisui mwasunda, nemochia kadike. Maume wako sunda na mwanere uwe. Nemochia kadike. Maume wako sunda na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kadike. Imisui mwasunda, nemochia kadike. Imisui mwasunda, nemochia kadike. Maume wako sunda na mwanere uwe. Nemochia kadike. Maume wako sunda na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kadike. Wetete, nemochia kipe. Wetete, nemochia kipe. Maume wako nienda na mwanere uwe. Nemochia kipe. Maume wako nienda na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kipe. Wetete, nemochia kipe. Amafia ya mwani, nemochia kipe. Maume wako nienda na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kipe. Maume wako nienda na mwanere uwe. Maume wako nutukure mochi mfuaya. Maume wako nutukure mochi mfuaya. Apo mama lile misango pangata mane. Nerelo ne. Apo mama lile misango pangata uwe. Nerelo ne. Wetete, nemochia pipe. Amafia ya mwani, nemochia pipe. Maume wako nienda na mwanere. Maume wako nutukure mochi mfuaya. Maume wako nutukure mochi mfuaya. Apo mama nile misango pangata uwe. Nerelo ne. Apo mama nile misango pangata uwe. Nerelo ne. Maume wako nutukure mochi mfuaya. Maume wako nutukure mochi mfuaya. Apo mama nile misango pangata mane. Nerelo ne. Apo mama nile misango pangata ye. Nerelo ne. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere bane. Nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere kabara. Nemochia kolope. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Amanushia ya mwanuka, nemochia kolope. Maume wako nikina na mwanere bane. Neboshia kolope Maume wakurukira na mwanere kapara Neboshia kolope Imiswi mwasunda Neboshia kadike Imiswi mwasunda Neboshia kadike Maume wakusunda na mwanere uwe Neboshia kadike Maume wakusunda na mwanere kapara Neboshia kadike Imiswi mwasunda Neboshia kadike Imiswi mwasunda Neboshia kadike Maume wakusunda na mwanere uwe Neboshia kadike Maume wakusunda na mwanere kapara Neboshia kadike Wetete pwe Neboshia pipe Wetete pwe Neboshia pipe Maume wakunyenda na mwanere uwe Neboshia pipe Maume wakunyenda na mwanere kapara Neboshia pipe Wetete pwe Neboshia pipe Amafia ya mwani Neboshia pipe Maume wakunyenda na mwanere kapara Neboshia pipe Maume wakunyenda na mwanere uwe Neboshia pipe Maume wakurutukure mwachi mafuaya Maume wakurutukure mwachi mafuaya Apo babarire misango panganda bane Apo babarire misango panganda we Wetete pwe Neboshia pipe Amafia ya mwani Neboshia pipe Maume wakunyenda na mwanere uwe Alabane ulejulisha sana kwa sala yako choma uteriko tule kirombo chimokwena sala yachi na mwachula mufyashi watu fyala niwe redio nyoni ayo mufaifu febana tule ilishanya tule ikuta wani mule chepa wani mule wapunga na ulina ukula Chido kula wonga tufuire no kulia wino Milile ya shuka Yone amatonto kanyo no kubombesha Abengi Tekarane saraka chikwa ule miyahu Nukunelenga Mamukulande ya sherio Mamikute yesu Eno bambi Lanchi ya wakulambala na mulukoto Mamu bashinguluka Mumashitolo kwa tiparikyo baneshita Bambi banwa Amaye mubalerila na mabanzi Mamu mataba Kifyumuna kutute baletu Bekane balanda Tule kabila Ukuyolu chelo Makasubane chumulo Kamba tule filwa Mulando wa mitimo ya fyakuya na ichilamo Tule shipikisha fye Mama chushi Mufundo wa mano Ayalenga Tukwele mayo Tulombeleko kuli batata Abuteko Paturundireko Lupia imikalile ya shuka Yechilenga Tule filwa no kusunga Badu kwa leso Alana shuka wale Amwishiwe charonga chaingilirwanye Sana maliki umsebane Abantu mutengo wafunga Na ulina Kukuchila manifimeyo na mamita mabomba Kishipikishafe Amachushi Mufundo wa mano Ayalenga Tukwele mayo tulopele kukuli batata Ababuteko Batulundileko mpia imikagile ya shuka Ekilenga Tulembirwano kusunga badu kwa leso Alamayo kande ina batata Ababuteko Batubeleleko nise Balunde bimbi Batushileko Ungafwe barana Ukufala ukulwano kubepa Emunandu ichikunukulia wino Panpinzala Kayachila moila leto musebanya Alamayo rande ina batata Ababuteko Batubeleleko nise Balunde bimbi Batushileko Ungafwe barana Ukufala ukulwano kubepa Ifite munandu ichikunukulia wino Panpinzala Kayachila moila leto musebanya.
Hello, good evening Chiwempala, good evening Lusaka, good evening Chirundu, Chingola, Livingstone, Kazungula, Zimba, Choma, Monze, Mansa, Milenge, Mpulungu, and Kaputa. You are all welcome to TV Bakwetu. My name is Elias Munsha, your co-host of the program tonight. My co-host, Mr. Norman Chipakupaku, also known as General, will be joining us shortly. But I'm not alone at this beginning here, at the start of the program. I have with me Dr. Jones K. Kasonso. Good evening, Dr. Kasonso.
Good evening, sir. How are you? It's very good to have you.
I'm very well, but it appears like you also have no video just like me.
No, it's actually temporarily intentional. I shall show my ugly face, in my excited and happy ugly face just in a moment.
All right. Okay. Me, I'm not showing it for some reason because I don't have very good quality video. And so I don't want to show you video that is not got good quality. And so that is the reason. Otherwise, yes, you see, your video is much better, Dr. Kasonso. And so, yeah. So welcome. All right.
Thank you.
Now we are going to take some time today to just look at some of the things that are happening in Lusaka and regarding the results so far. And it's a mix of two things. It's an appeal for calm, but also an appeal for the President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, to put the interests of the nation at heart and do something. And what we are asking him to do is he needs to concede defeat because the report has already been given to him. He knows that the lead of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema is so insurmountable that there is possibly nothing that can be done to reverse that lead. And so we need to appeal very calmly to His Excellency the President that he sought to uphold the Constitution of our Republic. And so it is moments like this where you need to show and live in a dignified manner. Otherwise, it will be quite embarrassing. And then what he needs to do is he needs to be like Arabi, you know, like Rupia Banda, like Kenneth Kaunda. No kuitaba ZNBC ku State House. No kubelenga a very well written speech. In that speech, kulando koba talabane. I misread the mood of the people of Zambia. The people of Zambia have spoken. I wish the incoming president all the best. For me now, nomba na yakuisa kupeta oke mukudima. Nangu somewhere, nangu ku Eswatini, but live with, okay, nangu kuchawama, and live with some dignity. That's very important. I think we all want to see some dignity upon His Excellency the President. And so we are hoping that he's going to follow through and do this in a dignified manner. I wouldn't want to entertain any undignified exit. And so I hope that he's going to follow through and accept. Here is the reality. These results are not disputable. They are so clear that Fred Membe, one of the contestants, has gone through the list and has discovered that there is no chance. Hakainde Hichilema has won. Nevas Mumba, the same. Sean Tembo, the controversial Sean Tembo, has gone through the list as well, and he has come to the same conclusion. And several other people have gone through the list, and they say that this lead is insurmountable. And so President Lungu has also been given that list. He has access to that list. And so what we expect for him to do is to do the right thing and exit. I know that the ECZ is being condemned at the moment, but the ECZ is a very dignified institution. Nomba na baya kulikateka bamupera kotuma hints ukweba ati Lungu na ulusa mama na bamweba Lungu na ulusa na ba opi na bamulondolero kweba ati nsamushi Dr. Kasonso muliban samushi na bamupera kweba ati nsamushi apa it can't add up. Now, it will still not add up. So the best thing for you to do is prepare a speech so that we'll go ahead and announce a little bit of time. That's why I just 72 hours. It will be terrible ECZ goes ahead Lungu na Lusa when he's busy throwing a tantrum at State Lodge. That will be very bad. It will be pathetic. And so here is my appeal. President Lungu, please listen, look at that list you've been given. You have lost this election. There is no rigging that is going to put you back, and there is no rigging that is going to be acceptable to the people of Zambia. Do the right thing, and tomorrow morning, ngalakutira obushku bwachiramo tamubuko obushku kanshmailolu chelo nga bwachafye mukabete ba ZNBC kuisa uko muli ku State Lodge na ku State House. No kubelenga speech ukweba ati mwachita concede. It is as simple as that. That wasumina obufi mwamona you can't, you see iwe wayamba okuteka first day of office bufi 5 years later ulebepa fye a week before the election wabepa on the election eve itself wabepa Hichilema has 300,000 number. You can't exist on a whole foundation of lies. Lies have always got a way to catch up. We do not want to subject our country to more lies from you. This is simple. You've lost this election. Hakainde Hichilema has been elected president of our republic. Make that speech and leave the stage while every one of us believes that there is a little dignity left in you, in your high office. That is our appeal. Do not listen to the liars because they've been deceiving you. Wamona efe tuwale kweba we Lungu kwebate ababa lumendo ulebomba nabo vale kubepa fyobu fi kopa beot ya adisela Lusaka ya adisela na kubabe mbakuine na kuchipata kumweno na kukuine kwa adisela. We told you nomba bantu vale kubepa wasumina na lelo dine na bakupela ama figures ya chine wakana. There is nothing that ECZ is going to do. ECZ is not going to rig this election. It won't. Shindano or Judge Chulu or General Mukupaka, Jingani Mukupanga ni Makapa, they are not going to rig this election for you. It's over. Please prepare the speech and read it to the people of Zambia so that people give you the last salute. There's our security forces, our soldiers, our Air Force, Kanganja, Muma, and all of them, and the Sikazwe. Bafuire bakusadi utokobati, nangu tawatekere gwino, walikateka. Nangu gazaputire chuma chachalo chali lubana, walikateka. Nangu inkongole shituwa kongole nkongole 27 billion, walikateka. Echo tulefwa. Nomba imomwi kosa kuibika pokona kalimo efyo chiti. No, bane. We are trying to tell all of our people ichindikeni wesheni momutima give ECZ a chance nomba ngarakutira chashupa abalumendo bala salamano nomba tatulefu ayo kwa bati basale amano yo
awe
be very straightforward na ulusa elo nomba kandande ngarakutira waliwina ko Lusaka na Copper Belt elo waya lusa kwati mumushi kuti walanda ati yokwena kuti warigging nomba Copper Belt Copper Belt yasela Lusaka yasela nishi chapwa mwebo chapwa all those crowds bale fo afyo kumona ko efyo mwenda nokumona ko ifyo mumfuwa manone abantu efyo bale konka kumano nokukumbwa kwa manone efyo chani so kanchi na kujishana kupata VPN na mkwata VPN echo kanchi muleo mfwedi ya shito turera ndarelo we need to respect you efyo na Bible ya lando ko batu muntu nangu niso chidia ingulusha mwingira ati akane iyo kumuchindika so we don't want that yo mkwaipa ntulungu alusa nomba chaba na shani yo tulefu anelio lelusa you lose in a lot of dignity nimba mona wa general so nomba inerant yapwa general good evening.
Good evening, Chiwempala. Good evening, Zambia, and greetings from Scotland. It's a sad day, Musha. It's a sad day, but I totally agree with you that I think, Mr. Lungu, this is the time to show your patriotism. This is the time to show Zambians that you love Zambia. This is the time to show the world that you want to be respected. I think the Kenyan president, when he came for Kaunda's funeral, he said a very strong, gave you good advice. There's life after State House, and I think that's the best message I can give to President Lungu tonight. There is life after State House. To the PF, you are not the first party to lose power. We lost power. I was in UNIP. We lost power in 1991. It was painful. I understand what you're going through. It was very, very painful, and it was very painful because we were with Dr. Kaunda, facing the same Zambians, throwing eggs at Dr. Kaunda. The same people who were saluting at Dr. Kaunda. The same people who didn't want to look at him. So, Mr. Rupia Banda lost elections. So this is not the first time a Zambian president has lost elections. So, for goodness sake and for God's sake, for the sake of the peace in our country, listen to what the advice you're being given. In fact, President Lungu and the PF and the Zambians are lucky that you have a person like HI who's saying no. Our country is more important than anything else. The peace in our country is more important than anything else. Because if Mr. Hakainde was not a good leader, by now the story was going to be different. And I'm sorry, Munsha, I'm one person who's patient, but today I was not patient. But I've been told to calm down because I could not accept what is going on. What is happening tonight, it looks like ECZ and ECL are both refusing to concede to the will of the people. And whatever they're doing is now very unconstitutional and is not acceptable. That's what I can say, Musha.
Right. And so we'll be seeing the numbers very soon. I believe that ECZ is reluctant to release the results because they first of all want to respect President Edgar Lungu. I think they want him to get a clue. I think if they hit a brick wall, ECZ will go ahead and release the dam. That is my opinion, General. So they have so they're trying to reason with him. They don't just want to go and say that we are going to defy you. They'll defy him, definitely. They'll defy him soon. But they want to give him fidiaka clue, namulusa, ama numbers the village the ada. Ngafira fino ba chitire kuli Arabi balia. bebere no tafile chita adam efe bachitire no mbakwati kuliko ka resistance no mbakale ka resistance kalya once they hit the brick wall they are going to go ahead and announce, and that will be serious. It will lead to undignified exit. That's the only worry I have. I have no worry about exiting. He's exiting. The only thing is he going to exit with some dignity? Kariaka mchinshaka kwa na commanders vako sabyuta. Na ifobe ene kututua mulumba na tukaya kwa State House mukulumba tao mwabombe ni tata kavya vino baka sonso balanda akashimike enu nombaka chitashani kapera tata watu chusha nomba nangu watu chusha omusango washani tulefu oko kushindika koko bati oko kunga mwaya kweswa atini mukende bwino ati mukende bwino. General, please take it up.
Munsha, it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And to the Zambians, directly to the Zambians, I'm appealing to you. Just a minute. I really wanted you to be here tonight because you are coming. If Munsha runs, I was in a very bad mood. So I wanted Dr. Kasonso to be here because I know he would calm me down. So I'm just going to hand over to you in the next few minutes. And I think we are getting Frank. And very soon, our viewers, we might be getting Gary Nkombo to tell us what is happening. And many other people in Lusaka. So Dr. Kasonso, just 1 minute. My appeal is to the Zambian people. My appeal is to Zambian people tonight. Let's keep the peace. Your voice was heard yesterday. Your vote was you voted yesterday, and your vote is going to count. HH has just issued a statement now that your vote, Zambians, is going to count. So let's keep the peace. Let's keep the peace, because we have up to 72 hours. ECZ by law must release those results. So my appeal to the young people, especially the young people from UPND, Gilbert Liswaniso and your team, let's keep the peace for tonight. Let's keep the peace because we love Zambia. And I think so far, I'm so impressed with what the young people of UPND have done. You have shown that you are so different from PF. Can you imagine if it was a different situation? If it was UPND being kicked out of office today by PF, what could have happened? So that is my appeal for tonight. Over to you, Dr. Kasonso.
Thank you, sir. First, I can salute Vayama Vamonsia for that rant. No, tunyimbo tuwaba picket shala. Tuachimbo shaveku 1991. General, I thank you also for your calm, because in a month in the calm first, icho nalambila po kuchinda. Muyu nipi nishi tuwale finyapa in 1991. I was a teenager. When we went to a rally, Kukabushi, and Vayama Mwansaka Papi, may he so rest in peace. Bari tufunde kwa karimba konde for utampila popa. I will replace UNIP with PF. The song went like this. PF twasika, na lelo twasika, PF kitumbi, na lelo kitumbi, PF twasika, PF twasika, PF twasika. Yeah, we have buried the Patriotic Front, which was an anathema to the nation. 2 years ago, I announced this. I said, for the Republic to reset where we are in our economic doldrums, we needed to have new faces and new players to represent the global community and the business world, so that we can also recreate plans to make a correction. Life is full of mid-course corrections. We correct what we do mid-course so that we can head in the correct direction. I want to congratulate the people of Zambia for their courage to announce that after 10 years, this is not the direction they wanted the country to go to. In life, people lead people. It means that from amongst the people, we have to choose the people to lead us. And people who lead people must have a cause. They must have a reason why they're doing that. They must have something to tell the people. And they must have the character to back it. In the last 10 years, we had none of those. We were just following a party because somebody had died and somebody was placed there. Now, it's an opportunity for us to redefine the destiny and the future of our country. And this republic, so conceived in unity from 72 tribes, it has come around again and decided that the Patriotic Front must be buried out of political significance. It was a party well led by a gallant man, may he so rest in peace, Mr. Michael Sata. Unfortunately, the people who took over from that man, they never knew what to do with the power. And our country became a poster child of shame to the rest of the world. And today, in this republic, my soul is calm and it's full of jubilee that we ourselves, the people, we have decided that in the concept of governing ourselves, we must correct this anomaly and put this behind us. So, balungu tata twapapata tulekeleni Zambia. Zambia twala kontolola. Abantu na abasale ntungulushi. Political power, tema bullets ya kushita mfiaro fimbi pankongole yawe. Political power, bantu ba ya asale ntungulushi, elo babika pona ka vote. Ama vote yenu, mu 2014, kacheni 2015, yana mu 2016. Yale bafi ya matrix, tuwa mwana nomba ni landslide. Konse, kuitu kutari kumpulungu mwe na bavota. Kuse sheke na bavota. Kumwini lunga na bavota. Kuchinsali na bavota. Na kuchipata na bavota. Na vena undi, the kingdom of undi, tuwale mbasana maese kukretu. Na bavota. Tata tushire ni chalo kabieni. If much you had a chance to lead, and that is now passed behind us. Give us an opportunity to reorganize our country and push this republic so conceived in liberty towards a better way of living in the 21st century. Abena Zambia bali chipe pokulande chisungu chipapaswana tabachi pokulande chisungu. Abena Zambia chipe pokulande chisungu chabena South Africa tabachi pokulande chisungu. Abena Zambia chipe pokulande chisungu ni chabena zaidi tabachi pokulande chisungu. Chisha abena Zambia bala shari la mkuchushi. Ififi abu chushi tuafikani. Abena Zambia bala pakama. Our president has come. Mune konfere yaka kashikaka vengeshima. Ni rant na inende pele. Akombengeshima kashikaka. Yes. Na baka na tribalism mu Zambia mwe bantu. Ni one Zambia, one nation. Wako ni wako. Tuwaikana mushanya patata nija mwana nija pashwa mshi. Nomba imwe tata. Fumeni pofyenga. Mulefo kuta organize my health benefits because shinoshi kutamunfu abu ino. Awe mwandi ni kwa la bafyo kumwika mchipatala na uniku morning side na ngoni ukuno kuine ku Washington bamilete munwe kwa mapanado because abantu kuti barelo lati balongo balife chiko kanshi munenu nalwala so fumeni pofye abantu batampe ni chawo chitampe chipya ifefe mwale trepo fya makongole upupu 42 fire trucks fire truck mwashita pari 1 million mwalemba 1 million but mwashita pari $250,000 ifetu wafikana Fiari leto musevanya kuri ofuma practitioners and professionals all over the world. So imotata longeni fino tfira fino ngata mwalongere ka speech ngataba milembere bayama bamunsi na abalanda kabiyeri mwe mpoke speech kuri bamunsi mupere Zambia mufumepo mutushire chalo ifefe akoba twemu kwambo kufimfulunganya apata pali tapali ifo mwachitepo pakapoto kali efi amano efi akwebati kube no kwikatirira yo moneshani uko ba intelligence batishani kale bamiyevere mwalipona kale Tamakwete program, tamakwete plan, tamakwete nefia kuchana ngufimo. In fact, if I would be honest from the bottom of my heart, you are a president who should have never been one. Muwi na Kristu, muwa bepa vena Kristu atiyori na yoni, muna Kristu president without a church sure. Fumapo numbatubike po church yoda, tuko ntoreleko, tuimbe konama himpu kuna lesa. Mwendi ni lesa naenda Mzambia mwebantu wani. Na ineo niranti kwena. Kuti yatuwa lila munji leko na kwa tefia plan, lakini nifia papete. But
Thank you.
PF twasika na lelo twasika PF kitumbi na lelo kitumbi PF twasika. Yes.
Dr. Kasonso, thank you so much. I needed somebody to calm me down. And one viewer is already saying, General, can you smile? I'm finding it very difficult to smile. Our viewers and our colleagues in the studio, Mr. Lungu said in Chibombo that you voted us out in 2016, you vote us in 2021, we will not leave. And this is now telling me that he meant it. And you cannot defy the will of the people, Mr. Lungu. You cannot defy the will of the people. So what has happened today, can I just update before Musha comes in, and then we'll call everybody in, and I would like to get us as many people in Zambia as possible, is that we expected the ECZ to announce the results at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock came, they postponed the results and said 4 o'clock. And they tried to announce wrong results. And then Garin Kombo stopped them and said, you can't announce wrong results. It's from Luangwa. The results we have, we've got the G20s from all the constituencies. It's clear, it's a clear landslide. And as Musha said, I've never heard such a gracious speech from Nevas Mumba before. And starting from today, with a lot of respect for gracious Dr. Nevas Mumba, because he was so gracious. All the participating presidents know the results, because the G20 is telling you the results in Chipata, in Mongwi, everywhere. So I don't understand how PF can refuse to accept the results and say UPND has rigged these elections, UPND stopped their agents all over the country from going. It's not true. So the truth here is now, we are now going back to Mr. Lungu's words that even if we vote him out, he would refuse to get out of power. So Mr. Lungu, you can't define the people's will. You are putting your armed forces in a very awkward position. By the way, we've got the police at HH's house, which means they are preparing him as the president-elect. And you're putting, Mr. Lungu, you're putting your own defense forces into a very awkward position. And you're putting your country, your citizens in an awkward position. But Zambians are peaceful people. That's why we've decided to be calm. By about 4 o'clock, I was not calm. Somebody had to calm me down to say, you know, we shouldn't go the other way. So we should not give Mr. Lungu an excuse to say, look, I told you these people are violent. We don't want to be violent, and Zambians are not violent. So this is the situation, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers, in which you are. Those of you in Zambia, there is a statement which on HH's page, it says, calm down. Your vote is going to be counted, it is going to count. So for those of you in the diaspora, I know it's stressful. So let's hear from those of you who are on the line, and we will also continue reading the comments. Musha, unless you've got another rant, can I bring our colleague? Musha, do you want to rant again? No, okay. So I'll give our colleagues chance, but please let's have the same good sort of courtesy of speaking for 2 minutes. Get to the point, so that we give each one a chance, and then we'll bring some more people. So I will start with the Father Mpombo. The rest of you, please, can you mute yourself? 2 minutes, Father Mpombo, your rant.
Thank you very much, General Chipakupaku. Thank you to all the viewers. I think it's a new day. It's a new day for our country, and we thank all the Zambians by their participation. I am not that scared of the reluctant in starting counting the votes. I was just imagining that maybe it was not going to happen in Zambia, as I think Doctor said before. Zambia, we have learned people. We have at least enough learned people who could have even understood how simple this practice was going to be handled. But we understand it's very difficult for President Lungu to leave office. And probably it was very difficult for him to absorb the embarrassment, I think. You know, all the injustice inflicted on HH, a lot of injustice, a lot of oppression. And I understand by the results we got today and last night, that Zambians felt sorry for HH. They were with this man. We have understood him. Probably even in the northern, in Luapula, my people in Luapula who never understood how credible this gentleman is. They have understood him. They have got the information firsthand of who HH is. General Chipakupaku, I think I can predict this in the future in Zambia. You know, in any country, we have learned people who becomes as an icon for the new generation. In Zambia, one of those icons for success, for intelligence, I think one of those gentlemen is actually Hakainde Hichilema. This gentleman is a wise man. And I think in the near future, there will be some studies about this gentleman, how he was so courageous, he stood firm, regardless of the injustice that he has sustained. So I think I don't have anything to say, all this delayment in announcing the results. We hope the army can side by the Zambian people, because Zambian people have decided. Even Esau Chulu and the company, they have understood. I think the delayment is just a sign of embarrassment also for their part. So we'll give them some time. I am not that anxious and nervous. I didn't sleep. I might not sleep even tonight, because I'm feeling also the change. We need the change. Even President Lungu needs this change. Zambia can never be a first country to default in Africa. We have been the first country to default. And then all the hidden business things they have done with our colleagues, I'm not going to mention, which have not gone through the parliament. Come on, everyone knows here in Europe, they are laughing at us. They have been laughing at us, our friends in China. I stay in this house where we are staying. We have 3 Chinese. When I complained, they were saying, it is not the Chinese problem. The problem has been with your leaders, not the Chinese. And so I think, thank you to the Zambians. Thank you very much. Thank you, Aluapula. Thank you, Copperbelt. We are grateful for the job well done. We will keep on waiting, and we hopefully the army will stand by the people of Zambia. Thank you so much, General, and thank you all the viewers.
Thank you so much, Father Pombo. And to our viewers who are just joining us now, we have been following the results. There have been statements being issued. HH has just issued a statement, which you can read, calling for calm. Laz has just issued a statement asking that the internet be uplifted. There was an inter-party judgment given by the courts that the internet must be restored. Whether the ZICTA will follow that law, I am not sure. It's difficult. It must be very difficult for Mr. Lungu and his family and his friends. it must be hard. But for tonight, we are receiving information that people are still trying to play games. One of them trying to play games is Kaiser Zulu. And if he's listening to us, please, Mr. Kaiser Zulu, just accept the results. The will of the people was delivered yesterday. So just accept. We know you're traveling to the Eastern Province, Mr. Zulu. Just stop somewhere, get a guest house and sleep. And don't do what you were trying to do in the Eastern Province. Okay? So I would like to go back to Frank. Frank, 2 minutes, sir. What do you think is happening? You've been following what is happening in Zambia.
Well, thank you very much, General. First of all, I would like to say, well done to the people of Zambia. I think with this election, we've shown the world what the people of Zambia are made of. People who protected their votes. I was talking to my auntie this morning. She went back home at 3 o'clock in the morning because she stayed at the polling station until the votes were counted. So people were determined. That is a determined, and that's a great example of how people are supposed to behave. And people did everything in their power to protect the votes. To the ECZ, they're trying to create unnecessary tension in the country. The results, the votes have been counted. The results, they've got them. They know what the results are. And the best thing that they can do for the people of Zambia is announce the results as soon as possible. There's no point holding on to the results. The longer they hold on to the results, the more tension that they create. They're not creating anything. These elections were a landslide, so they can't even say the UPND have rigged the election. The government failed to measure the mood of the country. They failed to see how the people of Zambia were feeling. And the only government that fails to see what the people are feeling is a government that doesn't really care what the people are going through. And the people, and this government has not done what it was supposed to do. And the people have chosen. They've gone a different direction. The PF government have shown the lack of leadership. And through the campaign, you've seen this lack of leadership coming through. Because some of this has been just absolutely diabolical. You can't believe these people are running the country. So what is best is let the results be announced as soon as possible. And for the people, stay calm, stay peaceful. Let's give a chance for the ECZ to do the right thing. We know this has been a landslide election. The people have chosen, and let the will of the people prevail.
Thank you so much, Frank. I think it's important to say what we saw yesterday was a referendum against the PF. Over their 10 years. It was like PF had sat an exam and for 10 years, and the Zambian people did mark them yesterday. They gave them a 0, almost a 0. Probably, they gave them probably 5-10%. So that is what, if you look at the map which has changed of the results, it's just stunning. So over to you, Nokoro, in Minnesota. Are you in Minnesota? Mr. Chinokoro, are you in
Yes,
Minnesota?
I am.
Are you in the Twin Cities?
Yes, I am, General.
Are you in the Twin Cities?
I'm in Richfield. I'm in Richfield.
Oh, fantastic. Go ahead, sir. 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah. But I'm in Richfield, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay. So thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see everyone happy today, and I think things are going on well. Yeah, it's nice to see because I'm watching YouTube here. There's the cabinet channel on YouTube. I was glad to see that the High Court has told them to turn on the internet or face contempt. So, and I've been talking to friends from Zambia right now. They say it's working now. So that's a good move.
Yes.
So, yeah. And so the other thing is I would like to congratulate Honorable Nkombo for his gallantry as well. We need men like that, you know. You can imagine if he didn't interject at that moment in time. He made the ECZ practically run away. They haven't come out up to now, you know. So I don't know what they were trying to do. They are still in hiding.
Yeah.
yeah, so we need men like that. So congrats to him as well. And then the other thing I would like to point on is, you know, I had ideas before this, but now they're gone. But yeah, I'm just happy about the situation right now. I'm waiting patiently. I've been watching Diamond TV for the past 2 days now, still waiting for results. But I know, look, all the results probably by now have been totaled, and the G20s, everyone has them. But I don't know where the PF is getting how they are so confident that they're going to win. That video of Davis Muila addressing the team, you could see how he was fidgeting. You know, he couldn't sit straight. He was scratching his forehead here and there. And, you know, they looked scared. And one thing they said was they didn't know why the internet was off. I was like, these guys, are they serious? You know, I mean, they are headless chicken.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Stone, in my beautiful Minnesota, my beautiful twin towers, twin cities. I love Minnesota so much. Yeah, Gary has done a good job. And Gary, if you are listening to us, Honorable Gary Nkombo, I've just sent you a link. Please join us and tell us how you handled ECZ today. I know you've been busy, but I know you watch us, Gary. Just check your system. The link is there. Let's go to Gladys. Gladys in Denmark. Over to you, Gladys. What did you hear today? What did you observe? And what are you hearing from the people who were voting up to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this morning?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Yes. If there's something which I can make you to cheer you up, General Chipaku Paku, is to tell you that be calm. You know that God is bigger than Vashita Sila.
Okay.
So do not be afraid. I'm sure everything is going to work out. And a big thumbs up to the Zambian citizens that they are strong and they are eager. And let's maintain that eager. We have we have on the map that we are very calm people and we don't fight. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and things gonna work out perfectly as it is. I've been celebrating in the beginning. I was feeling like if they had to measure my blood pressure, I'll be rushed to the hospital. But I'm so calm and confident that God is in control. Yeah. God is in control, and everything is gonna work out perfectly. And a big congratulations to Bamunsha TV Bakwesu Mwebena Mansa. Congratulations. You've really done a great job, and you are really fighting for a good cause together with Norman and all the Zambian citizens and the youth out there. I'm really out there. I'm behind you guys, and keep it up. We are having a new president very soon, in a few hours' time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gladys. And also thank you for all the support and to keep everybody fed yesterday and people moving. And for me, really, I want to thank all the youth all over the country, in the Northern Province, Western Province. I can't mention the names here. They are just fascinating. People in Eastern Province were it was just beautiful to see the country work like that. Copper Belt. I'm not sure what has happened to Jeremy. Probably didn't sleep last night. So thank you so much, Gladys, for that.
By the way, sorry, Jeremy is on the way back to Lusaka. I have been communicating with him. Apparently, he's very tired, so he's still on the way to Lusaka.
Yeah, I do understand, because we had the internet problem, we could communicate. Thank you, Gladys, for calming me down. Honestly, to be very honest with you, by 5 o'clock, I was saying ECZ must time to learn a lesson. But I said, look, no, we can't do that. We need to calm down. ECZ will learn its lesson. Over to you, Kelvin. Kevin, I think Australia, am I right?
Yes, yes. Mkwai.
My former boss's son, General Kafuimbi's son. Over to you, sir. What are you hearing from home, Kafuimbi?
No, it's basically, thanks Gladys for cooling us down. Me, I'm just very tired, General. You gave me a task the night before the election. You know that I completed it very well.
Yeah.
to assist those I could. You know, we've been going so small, so, you know, but we've been doing what we can do. And this thing has really, really made me tired. This is day 3 now. You know, I don't know what is going on with this ECZ. You know, they should put an end to this so that we all relax and we look forward to things. And I even spoke to my old man today. He says, my son, I think for once I won't get you out of jail. Because he had to get me out of jail in 1991 when we were taking you out of power. I got locked up from the University of Zambia. He came in uniform. We were some of the rioters there.
Yeah.
Not rioters, people to want to change.
I remember that. I remember that a lot. I remember that very well.
Yeah, no. I was one of them, and he's the one that came to get me out. Again, then he said, you became Mazoka. Again, I had to come and help you out. Finally, maybe my son, now you won't be locked up. You know, I said, you know, I said, anyway, now I'm also old now, you know. But this has been tiring. This, I think, is a revolution for Zambians. It's a referendum, like Mumba was saying. And the education about this to Zambians is that now that they are going to see, they put HH on. Zambians are going to learn now that when they are not happy with the president, they can remove the president through the ballot. In fact, HH is going to be the easiest person to be removed if he doesn't perform. And this is going to be the change that Zambians are going to see. It is going to become like all other democracies, developed democracies. And that's what we are looking at. If people can just say, let's look at the results, we do what is supposed to be done, we do it the way it has always been done. Every election time, when I was back home, I know I've been away for close to 20 years, even though I come home. ECZ would be there, they would be announcing, we've received these results, we've received this. This is a first. This is a first. Me, I'm a centurion. I've been there through all the elections. Yeah. Why this now? Why now? And we are tired. We haven't slept 3 days or what, trying to do that. So I just hope that your appeals go through to the necessary people and we put a rest to this. And thank you very much. Bakwetu will still be there after this. I don't know what our next project will be.
No,
we'll still be there.
The next project will be to keep the UPND government in check, to make sure that the development is delivered to our people, to make sure that we use this technology to deliver and help our people. A lot of ideas. Okay. But exactly. You know, you've reminded me of what happened in 1991. And you know, it's very, very difficult for young people who never knew what happened in 1991. ECZ was able to tell Kaunda that you've lost.
Yes.
And I don't understand why ECZ, Justice Chulu, Isao, and Shindano cannot accept that their constitutional responsibility are the people, the constitution. To me, it looks like they are behaving like a department of peer who's now failing to tell their parent to say... I
think Bashindano Vaiche, he wasn't there when we started fighting these battles.
Yeah, it's like a young child who's seen his father drunk and is failing to take a blanket and put it on his father and said, and you've messed yourself up if you have. And Mr. Lungu has failed. So Shindano should be able to respectfully tell him to say, that's it.
No, not to Naka.
Yeah, so it's sad. Let's move on to Elvin. Elvin Hambai, do you want to tell us where you are? You're most welcome, Vakafwimbi. If you can just mute yourselves in case so that we don't get the feedback. Kelvin, tell us where you are, son. How are you feeling about the situation at home?
We are feeling great, General. Good evening, General. How are you today? Good evening, sir.
Fine, sir. And where are you?
I'm right in the capital of Northwestern Province, which is Solwezi.
Mane.
Thank you, Mwane. Yeah. So the situation here is so great. Of course, we have told all our youths to remain calm and to respect what our president-elect actually has told us, to remain calm just for yet another night, because General, I should tell you and all our viewers and listeners that yesterday there was no sleep. There was nothing like sleep. If you remember, General, that yesterday one young man by the name of Kungo died. Of course, may his soul rest in peace. There is no life that is worth losing for foolishness, but unfortunately, we lost a life. But our youths and our people and everyone, I think, were very vigilant, and I should commend our young people that turned out in their big numbers. Big numbers. General, I have voted, I think, ever since the time where young in the MMD time. I've never seen such a huge turnout. I've never. And believe you me, this should have given PF a signal that you guys are going out. But I think they're just trying to be adamant. And as you had earlier on said, I think we need to give our big brothers up there a thumbs up for putting ECZ to task to give us the right results and not what they want to try and do. So the situation is calm. We are on the ground and we are keeping vigil of everything that is happening. You know, it's so shameful that, General, you can imagine delivering ballot boxes took so a short time, yet collecting the results is taking such a long time. It's unacceptable. It's really unacceptable. Even if they are to use choppers, I mean, they can do it within 2 hours and everything can be at the totaling center. So why are they not releasing the results? You know, it's quite shameful. It's quite shameful what these guys are doing. So they just have to concede defeat and we move on. We only have one Zambia, and we are all Zambians.
Thank you so much, Alex from Solwezi, and our condolences to the family of Fukungo. It's sad. We don't want to lose Zambians. You know, no need. Before I come to Alec, there are some comments here. Maria Lubemba says, Mr. Munch and Uncle Norman Spokpok, please tell us what we should do on Monday when we find in town, when we find fake generals and commanders, because we are tired of them. Lubemba, there will be no generals from as soon as HH is on in, there will be no PF cadres, there will be no UPN cadres in town. That's what I can tell you. There's another comment here from Mubiana, Chewa Mubiana. ECZ has not performed their mandate. We all knew that Mr. Ochulu's administration is steered towards keeping PF in power. Justice Chulu has and will always be okay. Mr. Chulu has always thought he is better than the rest of us. So I want to ask the panel to consider the possibility of the ECZ announcing the wrong panels. What's the appropriate response?
Let me say something here.
That's a very interesting one. Before I come to Ali, Dr. Kasonso, if they announce wrong results, what do you think should happen?
The people who voted should rise up and go to reclaim their country. That's the first thing. The people who voted should rise up to go and reclaim their country. I used to be a fan of Lily Tams, and one day she said something publicly, and I want to just throw it out here. I'm not saying anything. I'm not a seer of anything. I am just Dr. Me, the professor guy. Lily Tams had a dream that Hakainde Hichilema had won the election, and they delayed the results. And when it came to bringing in the president, they are bringing him in dark cars because they had killed him. And she cried publicly and openly on her show. She said it was her dream. I hope they are not delaying these elections results so that they can first kill the guy who has won the elections. I don't say this because I am certain. I am just suspicious. And I told you on this show as before, if something looks suspicious, it is suspicious. If they are delaying to announce the election so that they can go and kill, they have even sent him police at his house so that they could go and kill Hakainde Hichilema for winning the elections. The people of Zambia should rise up to defend their country and to throw out the people they have voted out.
Well,
I know when Zambia balikwata omwanso nefya evita bafwayo kufyumfwa. But wisdom kemma bukufye. Wisdom yali bakona mama philosophies, wisdom yali bakona muri theology, wisdom yali bakona mufya pusana. So I think that it is very, very dangerous. And these people, these delays in terms of the elections, sets up a stage for mischief. That is the point I'm trying to get at. The delay in announcing the elections results stages up a platform for mischief. We don't want mischief in our country.
Yeah.
Umwana wa Mutonga muchalo chakwe kuti awina ma elections na wina tupeleni kateka if no muncha doctor no muncha finish italian umwana wa Mutonga na wina ma elections tupeleni kateka wesu mama mpala fumenyuka muri tupeleni kateka wesu. Thank you.
That would be a disaster for Zambia, and my appeal is to the security forces, the army, and all the security forces is to protect that president-elect, because the Zambians have elected that man. And if they try anything, first of all, I am very certain that HH is safe. Very, very certain about that. But if in case somebody has got even that little idea of trying to be mischievous, that would be the beginning and the end of our one Zambia, one nation. So don't try. Whoever might have that idea, don't try. Because, the will of the people was delivered yesterday. So do not try anything silly. And my appeal is to the generals in the army, the Air Force. I know you've got some useless generals in the Air Force. The police, you have some useless commissioners. The security forces, the OP and the rest. Defend your incoming president-elect, because that's the will of the people. And that's the will of God. Remember, the voice of the people is the voice of God. That's what they say. And let's move on to Alik. Where are you, Alik? And tell us what you think.
That is me here, General.
Oh, Doctor, are you happy to comment? You always are.
Yes,
about politics.
I'm happy to comment.
Go ahead, sir.
So we are waiting anxiously for the results from the Zambian people's voice. The Zambians have voted, and the Electoral Commission needs to release those results and restrict what they're doing on the internet. Okay, this has not happened before. We are a peaceful nation and will always be a peaceful nation. One Zambia, one nation. So let them restrict this restriction. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alik Nkoma. We know that there are things which could happen, but I think the worst case scenario is that anything happening to HH tonight or tomorrow, that would be a disaster. That would be a that would be the biggest disaster in the history of Zambia's independence. That should not be allowed to happen. So I just wanted to find out whether we can do another round of comments, and then we can comment on those comments. Unless I've got somebody new. Anybody new who has not commented? Musha, have you got anything else? Do you want to have another rant? While I'm looking at the comments. Over to you, Musha. No, Musha is tired. I think he's really tired.
I'll have a rant, General. I'll have a rant.
Have a rant while I'm looking at the comments. Go ahead, Frank.
Well, you can look. I think what is important at this time is understanding that no matter what they've tried to do, they've tried to restrict HH from going around the country to have a fair campaign. And in all of that, the people still saw him as a chosen leader. We had, for me, when I look at President Lungu, it's what you call a situational leader. He was a leader that was thrust upon the people of Zambia when the late President Michael Sata died. And suddenly there was this opportunity that was there, and he thought he was going to take upon. I don't think he understood what being a president entails. I don't think he understood what is going to be involved in looking after people of Zambia. There's something that every Zambian has to understand. The people that we elect them to be our leaders and not to rule over us. And that is their responsibility. And this government has done that over and over and over again. When you get a country where the cadres become stronger than police officers, you are in trouble. They have enriched their cadres, but our young people have not had employment. The kwacha has declined. The economy has been in decline. They have borrowed so much money, but what have they spent money on? They've spent money on nothing. And the people have seen through. In everything that they say we built roads, and we built roads, and we built this and this. And today the people have seen through. And the people have said enough is enough. In 1991, people said enough was enough. Things had to change. In 2011, people said enough was enough. Things had to change. And the PF government was given that opportunity. Because in 2011, when the people of Zambia made that decision, they made that decision because they trusted that the PF government was the best option at that time. And after a few years, they realized they were not the best options. They've not done anything that they set out to. And now the people have said enough is enough. And this thing of delaying results creates unnecessary tensions, creates unnecessary innuendos. People start wondering what is going on. If the ECZ are delaying to produce these results, the best they can is we can't produce these results at this time because of this and the other. They have to give a reason why there's been a postponement to announcing the results. They haven't given any concrete reasons why there've been a delay. And this just creates unnecessary tension in the country. And somebody talks about trying to assassinate HH. It would be absolutely disaster. We saw that in Chingola when his car was shot at. And even at the time, I thought, what are they thinking? What do they think was going to happen if HH dies? It's unnecessary. We've always had peace in our country. Let us keep that peace. The elections are there so that people can choose their leader. And people have chosen who they want to by a big margin. By a big margin. People were angry because they were hungry. This government literally starved its people. This government literally gave expired medication to its people. This government was literally killing its own people. And even at this point in time, this government is still trying to hold on to power. This government was dividing this country. This government empowered, gave more power to people like Innocent Kalimanshi. All these cadres had a lot more power. They were able to do everything that they did. The cadres were committing crimes using the name of the president, and he never stood up. The president never came out to address the COVID situation. He never stood up. He was never up to it. He was not up to it from the beginning. He was not up to it from the end. And the end demonstrates. Because for me, this demonstrates the quality of Mr. Lungu's leadership. If he knows where he's going, if he knows what he's doing, he would have done what Rupiah Banda did in 2011. The people's choice. And he could have been the one phoning ECZ and say, let's not have delay. The people have chosen. Let's announce these results. But this is a kind of mediocre leadership that the Zambian people have been subjected to over the last 7 years. This is unacceptable and it should not be allowed.
Thank you, Frank. The issue raised, Frank, is linking up with the question from Nicholas Banda. Where did the PF get money for their campaigns? We need to look into this, how they dished out lots of money and lots of campaign material. I think there's a feedback. Please, can you try and mute yourselves, please? Everybody, could we try to mute ourselves? There's a feedback from somewhere now. Thank you. Now, it looks like to me, I might be wrong, colleague, that it looks like Mr. Lunga and the PF are so scared about losing power. I don't know. They are so scared of losing power that they don't know what is going to happen. After threatening HH that he was going to arrest HH, he can't imagine this man being sworn in and given power. I think that's what is scaring him. I don't know what you think. I don't know. That's what I think. Because they're so scared. Go ahead.
I want to agree with you, General. Yeah, I want to agree with you, General. You have to remember that these are our brothers. Bena baba bikile pabuteko kwati bateke. Bena baisa monecharo Zambia kwati libala. So bena baile mukubomba muibala. No kulia muibala. So echo valetina mna muibala tatuisho hivyo badile. Hivyo badile ni finchi hivyo badile mulia muibala. Because bena bale mna kwati baya muibala. So kwali kulia muibala. So if you Zambia will be here even long after all of us on this platform have gone on to eat our pancakes in heaven. So we have to have not only a love for country, we have to have a respect for the country that produced us. It did not intend to produce us as the last generation. No. Mumo never general. Generation ya tuafwa okufunyapo ute kuaba abanensu bantala misokaba netolo yakutukaba nabo nokubula omu nabo litafe contested na wemi nineko. No, you don't come from the right village. Jail 15 times. Kwali boku paniko muntu ifyo. Kwali boku paniko muntu ifyo na mwabipo mimiti mashani ba shetani. Kwali boku paniko munenu ifyo. Driver wako achita commit traffic offense. Mwayeta announced na masketi ya bacha korowa mumbipiri pa TV. No, he has committed treason, so he was endangering the life of the president. President umwine ale kabama Jameson yakwa bale musanga na fenta no kufenta. He was endangering his own life. Umuntu wikere passenger muchipuna kuti mwabula at your driver wakwe as endangering his life, so then he went away to commit treason. So if bale tina. The last day was campaigning in Indola. Chiwe balande fe kutwala chana ile airport bakula ofisho batita kulia. Bala apingira omunabo. Iyo ngana bweke na pofye umulandu ta ubola. Uyo mulandu ushibola, mulandu usho achitire imwetata. Umulandu ta ubola. Ere nama wait, they will come back to haunt your behind. Tualafwa ishe milandu yonsi oko ili nangu bachite dilele lo nangu bakacha consider in 2 weeks time. Umulandu ta ubola. Ero tatu akasumine fya kwe wati. Ili a difference between 1 million fire truck imo. Iya 250. Tatu ishibeka daka liubu cheka 750 oko aile. Tatu akasumine fyo akwe. Tatu akasumine fyo. Tufure tuwa ishiba. Uko kali akaliubu che kaile. Tukabwekesha nga chakwa tuwa kapoko uko kali. Tukabwekesha na makofazi. Tukabwekesha na kuba kongore. So, Mwen Sofie, imilandu na ifulicheyo bachita, but bafume pofie, there is no escape to this. Everything we do under this earth, there is coming a day of reckoning. The day of reckoning has come. The people have voted. Don't show us any tricks. Ero takwa kabeno kupita mumba na unika teka takwa kabena amnesty. Awe feta tule fire. In fact, na lati da register na febu ya ndiyo konga kwa wama investigations ya kufaya ndala moko batu wala nde isa. Thank you, Nabambi Barande.
Thank you, Doctor. There is a comment here. I'll give you the chance. A comment from Angela Piri from on our page. She says that I hope they are not trying to kill HH, because if they do, Zambia will be on fire. It's not my words; it's her words. And then Hak Mumba, General and Professor Jones also says what I'm saying is worrisome. ECZ should never play games with the people of Zambia. Let them swiftly carry a legal mandate. People are now tired. So over to you. There was somebody who had put up, wanted to speak. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, General. You see, for sure, what is happening and what ECZ is trying to do, it's quite heartbreaking, because me being an IT technical person, I understand how fast it is to transmit something from here to the next point. It's at a click of a finger. Okay, and so how they can even try to announce wrong results from what? From FEIRA. The question is, where did they even get those wrong results? Because they had actually begun trying to announce wrong results from FEIRA. So does it mean FEIRA transmitted wrong results? Because how do you even transmit wrong results in the first place? And instead of verifying that result that they got, they failed to verify that result. And if you remember, that's where the honorable member came to stop them. I think ECZ have sunk so low. They've sunk so low. Instead of advising the outgoing president, instead of advising him rightly to say, Bamdala, I think if you know, please exit graciously and with all the honor. They are failing to do that. Seriously speaking, it's quite embarrassing.
Thank you so much, Alvin. Over to, I saw Wiseman. Are you still here, Wiseman? Before I go to Mkeleba. Wiseman, is over to you. What are you hearing? Wiseman, you're not there. Mkeleba, over to you, sir. What are you hearing from home, and how are you feeling today? Unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. I am so happy. I've been dancing. I even wrote on my Facebook profile that Kakasavini Konji Kasapo Akashishana Kapupa in, I don't know, in Bemba. I think you can say that. I feel I feel overjoyed. I'm really happy at the way the Zambian people have come out and voted. It is amazing, and this is how you can defeat a dictator. Anybody who is trying to be in the line of a dictator, come out in numbers. And the Zambian people have done a very good job. I'm so delighted. Now, coming to the ECZ, my opinion, I feel that ECZ is just they've been put in a corner. They are trying to please the finger that feeds them. At the same time, they're looking at their legacy from the Zambian people. How are they going to walk the streets of Lusaka? How are they going to manage to interact with their family members or friends on the street if they decide to ignore the call of the Zambian people and decide to engage themselves with an individual that has promised them contracts and those other incentives followed on those contractual obligations, because we don't know what is contained in those contracts of them. So they are in a tight corner. At the same time, I tend to believe or agree with the Council Munsha that they are trying to not embarrass the president, the incumbent, so that he could just exit without with respect. They are trying to convince him. I believe they are in talks right now. They are discussing on how they should announce, because the votes they have received so far, because they are the ones that are able to see, that have the first-hand information. So they know already that it's not green, it's red all over. So they are trying to convince him. How do you exit? How do we convince? And him, together with the people that have been misguiding him, giving him false information or wrongly advised, they are the ones that trying to hold on to their tricks in the book, which the Zambian people are very much aware of. So I'm so happy. Whether they try to manipulate the numbers or not, they are going nowhere. They are going nowhere. We have buried them, and our talks together with our Zambian brothers and sisters have decided. I cannot wait to start claiming what is due to the Zambian people, what they have misappropriated whilst in their official capacity, the monies they have acquired, the riches that they have become within a shortest period of time. Look at we are coming to get, if it means traveling, denouncing the citizenship I have, since we have dual citizenship, I am coming. There's no place like home. I am coming to help the investigation officers to investigate until we find where the monies, properties are hidden. I am coming. And I'm telling you the truth.
Thank you. Thank you. If you hear Lozi say Vanyera, then you know that that's trouble. That's trouble. Trouble is coming. It's trouble. Thank you so much, Omkelewai. Now, before I call in Dr. Kazila, who I know normally doesn't want to comment on politics, but is here, is going to say something. There's a comment here which says, yeah, I know, sir. Just a minute, sir. There's a comment from Katarina Mwanza. It says, Katarina is our regular. She says, like Elias Munsha said, it's a battle between ECZ and ECL. Believe you me, I'm sure there are even people talking to him, but now he goes up because he never imagined this would ever happen. I think you're right, Katarina. And then there's Maria Lupembe says, can you ask Nawa to join and update us on what is going on? I've invited Mobita Nawa to join us, but I think he's been busy. He didn't sleep last night. I was watching him throughout the night last night. So Mobita has been busy. But Mobita, if you are watching us, you've got the link, you can join us. Over to you, Dr. David Kajila in Canada. Doctor, how are you feeling about what's happening at home?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, General, for allowing me to join on this lovely panel of patriots. Well, to answer your question, it's tough, General, even if I think sometimes it's worse for those of us in the diaspora because you're not at home and you have all sorts of thoughts going through your mind. So it becomes very difficult. I mean, I haven't been sleeping well. My wife is actually kind of upset with me because I keep waking up too early when she's trying to catch some sleep. So I think it's everybody, I believe, who loves Zambia, who's going through a similar experience, and more so for those of my brothers and sisters on the ground who have been working tirelessly. I mean, my hat off to the people of Zambia for what they're doing. So, General, that's my answer to that question. But if you allowed me to make a few comments from what I've listened to, I'll go ahead, but I'll let you guide me on that.
Go ahead, Doctor. Go ahead.
Thank you. So first of all, I'd like to thank Elias and yourself, General, for this show. I watch it almost religiously. Every time you guys are on, I'm quietly following. And if I miss it, I play it later. But anyway, just coming to the point that Sister Gladys, the only rose among the thorns tonight, mentioned, I think those were comforting words when she said, God is in control. And I think we should believe that, all of us Zambians, that nothing shall disturb the momentum that God has given us, this opportunity God has given the country to vote so peacefully and so enthusiastically, and then at the end just crumble everything in front of our eyes. I do not believe the Lord is going to allow that, because we have all been praying, and I believe the Lord will keep us under control, the whole situation under control. Now, coming to ECZ, what is surprising for me was that if you follow what they seemed quite keen to give the results, they definitely had a list of verified results. And until Gary interjected on just one area, Luangwa or something, or Feira, and they were almost going to ignore him and go ahead and announce. And then what I thought would be 2 minutes of just reconvening and sorting out that query, it becomes hours and hours on end of nothing. And think of it, the international community was there, European Union, African Union, we're all sitting waiting. And now it's been hours, leaving us in the dark. Literally, the whole world doesn't know what's going on. So I think this demonstrates that we haven't learned that we should stick to systems of governance. Once you set a program that once the votes have been done and verified, you have to announce to the people. Now, what I would have advised them to do is announce 70% of the results. And then you can now pause if you want to negotiate with whoever you need to negotiate with. If it's Mr. Lungu, so that the transition is smooth, you can then do it there. But at least you would have given the people 70% of the vote so that we know where we stand. So please, if they can come back, even 1 a.m., 2 a.m., they should not sleep, but come and announce the results to the Zambian people. The second quick point, ranting a little bit as well, it's HH safety. I think I texted on the wall, and Dr. Kasonso responded with that thing that brought some emotions really about the dream and so on. But my reasoning is this: if the PF government really wanted to harm HH, they would have done it a long time ago. Think of all those crowds where he was going from town to town, pretty vulnerable, standing on top of a car. If they really were meant to harm him, they would have done it. And they didn't. So I'd like to think that even if there may be some elements that are evil, I think the bigger picture of the main group of leaders, I think, would not do something like that. And so let us calm down and believe that the good in their hearts will prevail tonight and no harm will be given. But just in case, they should sneak him somewhere to a secret place until the situation is clear, and then he can come out and be where he needs to be. But I'm sure the intelligence people are already taking care of that.
Thank you,
I think those are the things I wanted to say, Norman. Thank you so much again.
And thank you also, before you go, Doctor, to thank you and your team for the fantastic work you've done to try and sort out the COVID situation at home. We are talking about elections now, but the COVID situation is still there. It's still hanging on us and our people. So I just wanted to say, on behalf of Wakwetu TV and our viewers, thank you so much for the good work, for the equipment which has arrived in Zambia. We thank you for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just getting some very, very urgent information coming through that indicates that President Lungu is going to concede defeat. I think there's been some pressure coming through from different sources The information I'm getting is that some diplomats, including the former president, has asked him to concede defeat. And for me personally, I've known that our army will always never take any legal orders from anybody, and they would always be they'll always be loyal to the constitution and always protect the people. So if this information I'm receiving from different sources is right, I would like to congratulate Mr. Lungu for taking. It's not easy. It's hard. My uncle Rupia Banda found it hard to hand over. I was with Dr. Kaunda. We were with Dr. Kaunda when he lost elections. It's hard. It's not easy. And so we understand what Mr. Lungu is going through. And if this information which I'm getting, which is from a very, very, very reliable source, this source is reliable. If it's true, we just want to say thank you to Mr. Lungu for doing that. I think Zambia is more important than what he was trying to do. And to the PF cadres, the PF former ministers, those who have lost, we have lost their positions. I can't say the names because we don't want to announce the results, but we know quite a number of PF ministers have lost their seats. I just want you to say, look, that's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. You have lost your seats. That's not the end of the world. You can still come back and do something else. You can go and farm. You can, go and look after your grandchildren if you've got grandchildren. You can start a business. You can do anything. So if this information is right, I think that will be a fantastic news to end with tonight. But I would like to give a chance to everybody, probably a minute each, to just tell us what you think with this news development. I just hope it's true. But this source is it's a very reliable source. And if it's true, I think that will be a very good thing for Mr. Lungu to do. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Can I go first, General?
Yes, please, Frank. You have your minute, and then we go to Chisonkono in that order. Go ahead, Frank.
I'll do my minute because I gotta go and babysit now. Yeah, yeah. So for me, if the news that's coming through, it's gonna show something that is very important. If the president concedes, democracy is going to prevail, and peace is going to prevail in our country. And in the time where a lot of African countries are still fighting over power, being able to have a president say, I have lost elections unless somebody come through is very important. And to the people of Zambia, I say congratulations to you because you knew what you wanted and everybody stood out and at large people demonstrated peacefully. And we demonstrated the Zambian spirit in what we have done, from TV Wakwetu to everybody, even people who are not in the country, who have been working so hard, whether they're sending money for food and everything else. It's been a great effort and a great example of what democracy should be all about. So to every Zambian, well done for putting the effort in and for believing in your dream and for going out there and to do the things that you believe in. It's been amazing. And tonight I feel very proud to be Zambian because you have done us proud.
Thank you so much, Frank. You can go into her baby seat and baby feed. Thank you for your participation today. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we hear the latest news. Let's go to my friend, my brother, Chidonkoro, in my favorite state, Minnesota, in the US. So 1 minute, what do you think? From all the discussions we have had and this statement coming through, which is still not confirmed, but if it's confirmed, I think to me, if it's coming through this source, it must be confirmed. So what are your thoughts now? And what's your
my thoughts now?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have some news like that coming in. If it's true that he's considered in that way, then I personally will respect him as a president. I will have high respect for him. But if he still clings on to power, like he said that he's going to hand over power to himself, that is not being a leader. That is not democracy. Those are dictator tendencies. But if that is true, then I'll have all the respect for him. And then the other thing is, yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey, but I mean, we've arrived. So let's see what the leadership will do. And like you said, General, we need to hold them accountable. We need to continue doing checks and balances. Say, you mentioned this. Where are we? What has been done? You know, so it shouldn't just be that they're in power and they forget about us. We don't want to hear those stories anymore. I mean, we know what we want now, you know, and they know what they have to deliver for the people, you know. So yeah, that's what I had for you, and we'll be back tomorrow to see what's happening. I'm waiting. It looks like ECZ will come through very soon.
1 minute.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? And thank you so much for the calming words tonight. Go ahead, please.
General, did you ask somebody to talk?
Go ahead. Gladys.
Yes, please. As you said, General, that the information which is coming in, it doesn't make me change to say that I don't have the faith that everything is going to be all right. I strongly believe that everything is going to be all right, because it is very difficult just to give up power just like that. And as to ECZ, what they are trying for the moment is just like when they give you, you haven't been eating for a very long time, and then they give you food, and then after just a very bit of lump sum, and then they just say, it's enough, you're full. They are trying to test the Zambians' patience, and they've not been engaging. It would have been very ideal for them to keep on engaging the stakeholders, the general public, and that's what they have not been doing. And knowing that the Zambians are peaceful people, we are actually peaceful people, and I'm very grateful to see that they have maintained that peace, but they are pushing it to the limit. And has my brother Chikonkola, what he said, that we have to do to put them Kuwaya. I think this is not the right time probably to talk about Kuwaya. We can do the legalities later on when everything has been sorted out, because this gives them an idea to hold back, to say, okay, if this is what they are planning to do to us, this has to be done. We have to focus on what to do the right thing, and to show that patience, and to know that we have voted and we have done the right thing, and don't give them an idea that, okay, if I don't hold on to this power, then I'm gonna be put behind the bars. We should not do that for the moment. I think let's focus to do the right thing. Thank you.
I think it's my turn now. General, if you allow me. So for me, first of all, I should say that we are a democracy, right? We're a democracy. So President Lungu has no choice but to follow the will of the people. And the will of the people is clear. The people have spoken very loudly. And all the few issues here and there do not take away the bigger picture of what the people have done. And so I think the first step is for him to respect the will of the people, because we are in a democracy, number one. Number two, we would definitely respect him if he did that gracefully, with magnanimity, and accept when he loses. General, you've already advised that he wouldn't be the first one to lose. So there we go. I think ultimately, I want to say that I'm proud to be a Zambian. And I'm not ashamed to say this. I think Michelle Obama, during the campaign, once said, this is the first time I feel proud to be an American. I feel the same, that for a long time, this is the time I feel so proud to be a Zambian. I've always been a proud Zambian, but this time comes with more oomph, with more excitement, because we are demonstrating to the world that we are a democracy. We've changed president. This would be the 7th president in quite a short space of time. And that's going to do so much for our country in terms of attracting investments and having the international community look at us with a little bit more eagerness to do business with us. So I think I can see a bright future for our country, and I'm so excited to be part of it and to have you, my brothers and sisters, as part of it. One Zambia, one nation. Thanks, bro. Thanks,
thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. And I'm sorry, our viewers, the system had locked me out. I'm sorry for that. But you continued to talk, which was very, very good. So let's go. Notice that we have been joined by Jeremy. And Jeremy, are you able to hear us? Hi, Jeremy. Jerome? No? Okay. And there's Morris Sibwari who has just joined us. Morris, are you able to hear us? Unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We are both.
Hello. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Just Jeremy, just a minute.
General, are you getting me?
Jeremy, can you mute yourself? We've got Morris on the line. Can you mute yourself, Jeremy, please?
Are you getting me?
Yes, we can, Jeremy. Can you mute yourself? Okay, Morris, can you mute yourself for a minute, sir? Just mute yourself.
Yes, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. We've got 2 speakers at the same time. I would suggest, Jeremy, hold on for a minute. Morris, go ahead. We are winding up now. So we just want to hear, how are you feeling and where are you? What do you think is happening? Where are you, Morris? Go ahead. Just a minute, sir. No? Okay, let's go move on to Elvin. Melvin, wind up for you 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, just to wind up, General, and to all our viewers, it's actually good news that you've received that information, General, though, of course, unverified, but I can verify that by 5 p.m. this evening, actually by somewhere 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., the former head of state, Rupia Bwezanbanda, was already talking to ECL. And the information that we had got by that time was that he was refusing. And if now he is accepting to concede, well, then it's thumbs up. I think that's being a Zambian, that's being a true leader, because you cannot stand by the ranting that he was doing earlier on to say, I'll only hand over power to myself. It's good that now he has realized that the Zambian people and the youths, for that matter, have spoken. And we, the youths, we have spoken. And it must be heard. And believe you me, before dawn, mark those words, before dawn, ECZ is coming to announce. And what they will announce will be the correct stuff.
Thank you, Elvin. And thank you so much for what you have done in Solwezi. And I hope that our people will remain calm in Solwezi. Let's move on to Bamkelebai.
Okay, let me unmute myself. Tumezi Chavasavulozi, especially Minamalozi, Mambombo Yaliambai. Sorry, I'm going to speak in my own mother tongue.
Meanwhile, my cousin Mkelebai, Mkelebai, you are talking to our viewers. Can you face your camera, sir, so that we don't see half of your face? Face your camera. I know the cameras came very late to Kwabulozi, so yeah, that's better, sir. Go ahead.
Bitumezi koma Mbumbwe Aliambai, bitumeza hulu for the job well done. Mubabonisize bo PF nzila moba kone kuya kuli batile ne batile mwazina haya na Zambia kabuhata milubazusize alusika bazusa kabuhata nalubazusize kabuniti. What I'm saying is that we have gotten rid of PF with the truth. We have not gotten rid of them with a lie, because they came into power with a lie. So, having said so, we tumelo wobutunamaswe to hear the news from whether it's not confirmed yet, but I am pretty sure I will really, we owe this credit to Lupia Banda, the former president, for having put some sense in Walungu to realize to realize the truth of defeat and accept and concede. This is what we want. This is the democracy we have been looking forward to. And this is what keeps Zambia on the map all over the world, because we are known for the peace, tranquility, and freedom. I am proud to go around in these foreign countries where I am. I go around and proudly tell them, I'm from Africa, Zambia, the only country that has never gone through war. And everyone is surprised. What do you mean? I said, oh, yes, I'm not a refugee. I just came here at my own will. Not that I came here because there's trouble in paradise. No, I came here because I wanted to. I have to relocate here to have, of course, greener pastures, because the PF was destroying everything. Now that they are gone, I am coming, but I'll be back home. So Nitumes, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, the panelists. Womun Shabo General, you have done a great job. Let's continue. Now let's keep an eye on Waga Inde Chilema. Last point, Waga General, before you cut me short. I'm sorry to taking your time. Before the president is inaugurated, our president, he has the cell phone, and this stream, Wakwetu, is reachable to him. If we can invite Gary Nkombo, why can't we invite Voichich so we can just say congratulations to our able president? I've been saying this from the word go. I have never voted PF in my whole life. I was there when Wasata was busy coming with, to vote. Even when he won, I was like so sad. I've been negative throughout, sorry to say. But Hakainde has been my favorite candidate. And now that he's coming into power, please bring him onto the line so we can just say, hello, Wada.
Thank you. We were supposed to bring President HH before he could go to Western Province. But the delays because of the flights and everything, we wanted to bring him on Tuesday, to be very specific. But the whole thing was disturbed because his program was just disturbed, and he couldn't even spare an hour because he was so tired throughout. So what I can promise that we will bring him on as soon as he's sworn in, and we'll bring him on. I know those who have been discussing with HH is that he told us that the diaspora are the 11th province of Zambia. So I know he will stick to that we are contributing as the 11th province of Zambia. So before I come to Boka Fwimbi, Bakalamba, and probably last Morris, there's a message here from, I don't know whether I should call him Honorable Frank or Council Frank Museva Tayali. He says he has got some message for us. ECZ has been doing delay tactics, and the message is that he really wanted to join us, but ECZ has been doing delay tactics, and according to him, the results, I can't mention to say the results. He says they've won presidential, mayoral, parliamentary, and council in Dollar Central. He says ECZ has been doing delay tactics, and I caught them red-handed trying to manipulate the results using G20s, because the PF candidate Brenda Mwamba doesn't want to accept defeat. And I've just been tipped that a plane has been dispatched by Mr. Lungu Tundola with ballot papers that will be used to add onto the existing ballot papers and ask for a recount. This is information coming from Frank Tayali. Whether it's confirmed of this plane, I don't know. Me, I'm just reading the information which he has received. So I think there's still a lot of suspicion. And if Mr. Lungu can just concede defeat all this suspicion which is going on, and I just wanted to say thank you so much, Honorable Frank. I always like to call you our MPs honorable when you've been elected. And if you behave honorably, I'll call you honorable. Now you're Council Frank Museva Tayari. Because for me, I don't believe in Tutu Ngulube was honorable. I don't believe Bowman Ngulube Bowman Lusambo was entitled to be called honorable. So, Council Frank Museva, we have got your message, sir. But we are praying for that everything goes well. And we hope by tomorrow that things, according to Elvin, things will be okay. And then Zambians can celebrate. So we've got Wakafuimbi 1 minute, and we can then close.
Yes. So everyone, after this, have a good night. All I want to say is that when you are a millionaire, you can't say you are a billionaire. The difference in the votes, you cannot take 4 million votes, even if you try to do something. If it was 2 million and 3 million, yes, but you can't, it's not possible. So for now, all I'm going to say is that I hope the reports are true. Like I've received even some reports myself. I hope they are true, and I hope all this is just panic from people, so that we let the will of the Zambian people prevail. That's all that we are looking for. Not the will of individuals, the will of the Zambian people. That is all I'm going to say, and I think we've done our best.
Thank you so much, Wakafuimbi. I know it must be 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in Australia.
7 now. 7 this is another night.
And thank you so much for always your contribution to our viewers. Wakafuimbi is one of the leading star givers, so please give us stars so that we can make sure that this program continues. Musha and I work full time, so we're doing these things because of our love for the country, but it takes a lot of time. I want to read the 1 or 2 comments before we wind up. Kampamba Salu says the whole of ECZ must be dissolved. And Hazel Lunda says there should be no 3rd term. Okay? And Mr. and Lamek Nyumbo says, Dr. Kasonso, I think is gone. Come back so that we can dance first. And I will read the last one. And Sublu Peto says, public office is a temporal job and ECL should have known that better. Basically, they are saying he should. And there's somebody who was saying, we are not sleeping until we get the results. That's Shewo Minyoi. So those are the comments, some of the comments from our people. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the panel tonight. And to our viewers, this is a good number. We thank you for being with us. We continue to pray for Zambia. In short, we have advised ECZ to announce the will of the people. In short, we have advised ECL, our former president or our present, to accept the will of the people and concede defeat. We have also advised our people to remain calm. To remain calm because Zambia, we don't want anything to happen to our beautiful country. We have also appealed to the army, the security forces, to make sure that they look after HH, because if anything happens to HH between now, there will be trouble in the country. There will be fire. The will of the people and the voice of the people is the voice of God. That's what people say. And we just think that by tomorrow morning when we wake up, we will find progress. Mr. Lungu and your team, we only got one Zambia, and that Zambia is still yours. It really doesn't matter. Dr. Kaunda left power. He was very upset, but he got used to it. He was once loved, and he died a very loved person. All our presidents, some of them who lost elections, Arabi is there. I spoke to Arabi. a few days ago before he issued his statement. He is a happy person. Despite his health, he's a happy person, and he wishes our country well. So we wish you well, Mr. Lungu, and we want you to remain in Zambia so that we can respect you for having been our 6th president. I think that's what Zambians want. But to try and turn around the will of the people, that would be treason, Mr. Lungu. I just want to be very, very honest with you. That would be treason. You cannot revolt against the will of the people. So we just want to thank our viewers tonight and want to continue to pray. Especially we thank Gladys for coming us. God is in control, Zambia. Remember, we are a Christian country. God is in control. So we pray that God will continue to be in control. My appeal to the young people: Gilbert Liswaniso, Trevor Mwinde, Banda, Lyson Piri from Eastern Province, all the youths, be different from PF. Show the PF, show the country that you are better than the PF cadres. You protected your vote. You did a good job, young people. We want you to demonstrate that you've got the will to be able to make Zambia a better country. So do not give any excuse to Mr. Lungu or the security forces. As I said before, your army will never turn their guns against people. I know our army. I know that. But please, the young people of Zambia, keep calm. I know it's frustrating, but keep calm. Finally, I want to appeal to the president, the incoming president. Mr. President, I know you are resilient. Keep calm. The people of Zambia love you. They've given you the authority. Let's wait until the constitution is followed. My final advice is to ECZ. You're answerable to the Zambian people, and the will of the people must be respected. So announce those results. They might be as bad as they are to Mr. Lungu, but that's the wish of the Zambian people. So from Scotland, I just want to say thank you so much, and we look forward to coming back to update you tomorrow. We might come on earlier, depending on the development. And please, those of you who want to join us, just let me know, and we'll send you the link. From Scotland, on behalf of the panel, good night, and may God continue to guide our country and bless our country. Good night.